welcome to Coffee Infused Crypto. Guys, this is a very exciting, very important video. This is maybe one of the most important videos I'm gonna put out this year. So make sure to stick to the end. This is gonna be a macro Bitcoin video, the most important one you need to watch this whole year. We all know the power of macro by now, and that's what we discuss usually on this channel, along other sides, of course, and many other things, of course. But if you haven't watched yesterday's video to validate the power of macro, I'm gonna link it in the top right corner. You're gonna go back, see it, see how we predicted our moves 1 month and 1 week before. But before we start into today's video, it's gonna be one chart, one Bitcoin chart, that's it. And we're gonna go monthly and weekly timeframes. But before that, I just want to tell you that this is a channel for everyone. This is a non-paid channel, non-influenced by no one. My opinions on this channel are based on my experience in the blockchain, and my target is to onboarding people safely onto or in this ecosystem with handing them all the knowledge that I keep on learning every day. I had been learning for years and keep on learning every day. So I share everything I know and I think is of value. For example, on this channel, we do macro Bitcoin analysis, and I'm gonna link the playlists. I arrange everything in playlists. So you'll have macro Bitcoin analysis where we discuss macro Bitcoin charts, just like this one. We have a decentralized finance playlist where we discuss decentralization and how to interact with DeFi. Crypto EDU sessions. So if you want to know how to draw those trend lines, triangles, patterns, I have a playlist for that. It's going to pop up here. And then we go into on-chain Bitcoin analysis. So I try to simplify that as well. I'm gonna link the playlist around here as well. So, and last but not least, we do dollar cost averaging sessions for every person who can utilize easily without going through the hassle of those charts. And so a safe way to invest in cryptocurrencies, the safest way to do so by following a pattern. And I'm gonna link the playlist up in the corner. So we do those once every beginning, like at the beginning of every month. So I do it with you, we invest together. So it's an easy way to deliver the knowledge to everyone from all sectors. No matter what you want to learn, there's a playlist for you, you know, the easy, intermediate, advanced. And this is a free channel. You don't have to pay anything for the value that you're getting. All I need from you is just spreading those valuable knowledge, this valuable knowledge that I think is, if it helps you, just spread it among your friends and beloved ones. So in brief, this is what we do on this channel. Today we're gonna discuss macro Bitcoin. The gold lines here are the Bitcoin halvings. So we've had so far 3 halvings. Okay, so the initial Bitcoin startup, and then 4 years later we had the network startup at 2009, and then 4 years later we had the halving, and the first one was on the 1st of November 2012, second halving was on the 1st of July 2016, and the third was 1st of May 2020, and we're anticipating the halving 1 year from now, on the 1st of April 2024, approximate, because it's based on blocks. And again, you can find everything you need to know in the macro Bitcoin. We have a halving video. So we're not going to discuss why the halving or what does the halving do. We're going to discuss those little green boxes, and those are 1 year exactly before the halving on each occasion. So I'm actually irritated and sick from just people calling that we're gonna drop, that we're gonna go lower, that we're gonna crash, that, you know, all of that shenanigans. I mean, I'm just gonna share with you throughout history what happened in the last year before halving, the last 364 days before halving, and you do your own, you know, extra intensive research, and you make your own decision. So I'm gonna share you the knowledge, you make your own decision. On the first halving and 1 year before the first halving, that's approximately where we are now, or exactly where we are now on the monthly. If you notice, we had this red candle, and that was the bottom of the cycle indicated by this purple line. And once we entered this green box 1 year before the halving happened, now everything happening after the halving I'm not going to discuss because it's obvious on this occasion, on this occasion, and on this occasion. So for me, the green box is the most important part because it's the preparatory phase of what's going to happen next. So you need to be positioned before what's going to happen next. So we're going to analyze over a year what happened. So here we had the very bottom at the very beginning, so exactly like where we currently are on the candle, this or this candle here. So in order to be here right now, we need to be at 15,479, so we are above it. And not all the boxes happen with the bottom, so but bear with me, we're gonna explain that. So if we take the ruler here and just take the point from this halving and go all the way to this line, we can notice that throughout this year, Bitcoin did 277% throughout the red and green and all of that. So overall progress for Bitcoin on the first year before the halving was a 277% to the upside. And then that continued after the halving, which we all know is parabolically to the upside on the monthly. Second point, our second halving at the 1st of July 2016, we started at this point, and again we're gonna take the ruler and take this point and go to the end of the green box here, and we had a 122% to the upside within this year. Okay, so that's a 2x on any investment in this year alone, followed by, of course, a parabolic run to the upside. And just for you to have an idea, after the halving, that was like 3,000 or 4,000% to the upside. So we're not gonna discuss after the halving now. We're gonna discuss positioning before the halving. So on the third time, our third incident, Friday 1st of May 2020. So let's say we started around this area and moved. Even here, when we had the COVID crash right before the halving in 1 month, we still managed to make 91% exactly. So we started around this area, the halving started here, and that's exactly 91% gains just before the halving, just the year before the halving. And now we are at the borders of the green box. So we're entering this year, where we know after this year it's usually a parabolic run because of the halving effects. So we're having 100%, 90, 100, 200% in 1 year as a bonus to what's gonna happen next. So don't get tangled in the 15-minute charts and 1-hour charts and shenanigans of people saying this and that. This works throughout history and has never been broken, that the year before the halving is a green year. So stay away from social media and let's think logically. So if we move to the weekly, so again, let's point out something on the monthly. The green box here, RSI over 50, right? We started over 50, stayed over 50. Green box here, RSI crossed the 50 in the middle of this green box and stayed over 50, of course. Green box here, RSI started crossing 50, came back, retested 50, never broke it to the downside, moved up here. Currently, we are crossing the 50 to the upside. So this is aligning as well, right? So this is one point I wanted to point out as well. And on the weekly, there's something else I want to show you. So on the weekly, let's zoom out a bit. We have the 200-week moving average. Okay, so first box, we can't see it because it hasn't formed back then yet. So we need 200 weeks to have data, but we can start checking from the second box. So let's check the second halving. What happened? Yes, we started at top and then moved down. Right here, you can see this here. So we started higher, right, on the box here at this wick, and then the first couple of weeks we tended to go down, right. We made a double bottom here based on this one, so we did print a double bottom, but instantly this week closed above the 200. So technically what happened is we went from the upside, retested the 200 week moving average, and continued our way to the upside. And of course we never visited the 200 again until this box finished. So this is the first observation. Second observation, on the last halving, we started the box at here. Yes, first week was red, then pushed up, then COVID came in, sudden crash, but we ended going where? Going and revisiting the 200, closing the candles above the 200, and then moving to the upside. So this was a black swan event, okay? And even with that black swan event, we ended up coming to the 200. Okay, so where we are now, what do we expect now? With knowing all of those information, where we are now. So sadly and luckily, we have been trading below the 200 for the very first time throughout history, and definitely that was something new. That was bad but is good currently. Why? Because in all previous occasions, and this is our green candle now, see, this is where we are now. Where is the 200? Right below us at 25,700 currently on the weekly. So what room of margin? And as we noticed, like every time, even when we came back down within this green box, was to retest the 200 and continue, never come back to the 200. So as you can see, all the green boxes we mentioned before ended up in a positive green year. Investments we do in the market, we look at the macro, at the broader. If you can 2x your investments before 4xing or 5xing them, because we know the parabolic runs Bitcoin does after the halving, then this is a bonus. So every clown out there shouting that we're going to 9k Bitcoin, I mean, stop listening to that. So please stop listening to that and put some reasoning in history and macro. So our 200 is right below us because we have been trading below it for a while, and we've recently broke it to the upside. So this is not an easy moving average to break, and this is currently below us. And if we were to come back and retest it, even wick a little bit below it, risks versus rewards. So what are our probabilities of going to the downside? That would be the risk versus all the data that we've just spoke about throughout history, and the probabilities of us going to the upside. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I hope you enjoyed your cups of coffees with the episode as well. That is everything for today. Please do subscribe to this channel if you find the content helpful in any ways. Don't forget to hit the bell notification, hit the thumbs up, and share it with your loved ones. That's everything for today. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.